Randall and Mary Walker, the 8th RVP in the history of A.O. Williams, probably the most dynamic couple ever in our company.
When Randall and I actually started in this business, we didn't mean to. We did it as a favor to a friend who came to see us, and we couldn't believe that he was able to give us the kind of coverage he was talking about, and he was able to give us, I think, like $100,000 coverage. And we wanted to know why somebody would have sold us that if they had term insurance. And he went into the whole story about Art Williams and what had been done to his mother and why Art was in the business with him. And that's how we got recruited. He was talking to us, we gave him a bunch of referrals, so we decided to get a license. And we still didn't intend to do this business full time. We couldn't see that you could make enough money to ever replace a job.
Those people didn't believe in it was going to make a lot of money. We wanted to at least control our future, not have somebody telling us what to do at all times. So all we were looking for was just an opportunity to be our own boss and make a living.
So we continued for a few months doing about one sale or two a month. We never intended to do much more than that, but about 6 months down the road, Art Williams had a policy pickup contest. It was for 1 week. They had a pocket calculator. Randall wanted that really badly. So we picked up 32 sets of policies in that 1 week and won the calculator. But what happened was that we said, for the first time ever, we could replace a job with this. We could actually do it. It made us understand that we could actually do something we loved and felt good about.
And I knew, based on the production we were doing, the money that was supposed to be there, but until I got my first check, that's when I started seeing, well, maybe that was going to happen.
So the first time you saw your RVP check and you saw the spread and you said, well, I can make it big.
You know, Randall, when we founded A.O. Williams February 10, 1977, was actually producing more business than 4 of the original 7 RVPs. But I just couldn't promote him at that time. You know, we could only have 7. And I went to Randall and Mary and I said, look, just trust me, guys. I mean, I know you look at the numbers and you ought to be one of the 7, but just trust me, I'm gonna make it up to you, you know? And 8 months later, after A.O. Williams was founded, I had the privilege of promoting Randall to RVP.
Whenever we found out that Art was going to leave the company he had been with all these years, that we had worked with him and gone with him, followed him from company to company, and when we realized that he was going to go independent, we were all in immediately.
But Randall was another one of these risk takers. I mean, he was making probably $70,000 a year, which is over $200,000 a year today. And, when I talked to Randall for those 20 minutes, he and Mary said, I'm in. They didn't even flinch. I mean, they're so loyal and so committed to A.O. Williams, it was unbelievable. In the early days, we didn't have much of an override. We paid the rep a lot of money, about 10 times as much as we paid the person that was training him, and that was stupid. And then Randall came into my office one day and said, we ought to change this deal, give the field trainer who's doing all the work, more compensation. And so we figured out that we would split commissions, and that was a credit to Randall. Randall was smart and he was tough and he could look at compensation, and we had so many valuable hours together.
We knew that he and Angela were the most unbelievably moral and conscientious people and ethical people we'd ever met.
Our first office was in the back of a builder's supply, so you had to walk through the dishwashers and washing machines to get to the office. It really wasn't an office, it was just they'd put up 3 walls only about 3/4 as high as a wall should be with no ceiling on it, so we just had a little back section.
So you would occasionally hear the salesman trying to sell the washers and dryers next door.
There was never a doubt for us or our team. We just jumped right in with him. We loved him, would have followed him to the end of the earth, and still would.
If we don't make it, we're a sales organization, Art's going to go out there and find some product, even if it's not an insurance, and we're going to go selling that, and we're just going to keep right on going. And that was the way we thought. We just knew we were going to do something, we didn't know what. And it wasn't that we knew we were going to make a lot of money. We just knew we were going to go do something and be excited about what we were doing, the group we had.
I'm at a point in my life where I can do anything I want, I've got $4 billion of assets under management. I've got people retiring after all these years with not just a few $100,000, but with literally millions of dollars. I've changed their lives. And you get that and it still, almost brings a tear to my eye when you think, man, we did make a difference. It's I can't imagine ever doing anything besides this.
Of all the millions of people that came through A.L. Williams, as I look back, I think Mary and Randall Walker symbolize the goodness of A.L. Williams probably better than any other couple I know.
What they built was just mind-boggling. They're in 36 states in Canada, 262 RVPs, 26 SVPs, 11 NSDs, 6 SNSDs. Mary's income has exploded when Randall died from $1 million to $2.1 million. One other leader, $2 million, 5 $1 million earners, $150,000, $100,000 earnings. Her team is cash flowing $46 million a year, and Mary has a business now over the next 10 years worth over $1 billion.